Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Montgomery, founder of Change Capable Coaching. Welcome to my podcast, Brain Work Makes the Change Work. I wonder, how many sayings can you think of about change? I can think of several. Change is inevitable. The one thing you can count on in life is change. Change is constant. So it gets me thinking, if change is so constant, why do so many of us struggle with it so much? Simply put, the way we respond to change, I believe, is less about the change itself and more about the way our brain is wired to resist it. See, our resistance often isn't logical, but it is always neurological. Organizations need more than a structured change management approach for successful change these days, although that is still very important to have and to use. Organizations need resilient leaders who can build resilient teams. That's where the real work begins, and why I say brain work makes the change work. Becoming a change resilient organization enables you to gain a stronger competitive advantage in this market that is ever increasing in volume and pace of change. As a leader, leading an organization through change in today's world requires your own resiliency skill to be developed so you can support the development of this skill within your teams. Recently, I heard LinkedIn's CEO said at the core of managing change is building that muscle of adaptability. And while adaptability is a critical skill in adjusting and modifying behaviors for change to be successful, resilience is a crucial skill in our environment today that is necessary to empower quick recovery, sustained energy, and perseverance. Our natural human reaction to change is to initially resist it. We resist change because of our evolutionary survival instinct. This response is a deeply rooted process that happens unconsciously. And it takes the part of the brain that's responsible for things like self control, willpower, creativity offline due to the stress response and other negative emotions that we naturally experience. You, as leaders, you're the first to experience this change resistance response because you're the ones in the position of being aware of the changes that are being planned for to move your organization forward, meet your business goals, keep and gain your position in the market. Even when the change is a positive change, this resistance response creates stress and discomfort. We all go through it, and you go through it first. So, as a leader, your ability to shift from negative thought patterns to positive ones quickly with ease creates a positive vortex that the whole team can benefit from. Shirzad Chamine, author of the book Positive Intelligence, developed the Positive Mental Fitness Program that helps rewire the brain by weakening the default negative response patterns to change that he says are created by saboteurs. And at the same time, activates what he refers to as the sage brain. Others might call it positivity circuitry in your brain that strengthens resilience. One way to weaken saboteurs and activate SAGE is through what he refers to as the SAGE perspective. You can shift how you think about change by finding the gift and opportunity with it. One of the top things resilient people have in common is that they maintain a positive outlook. See, they have a strongly held value that life has meaning. And I don't know what better way to find the meaning in life other than to have the sage perspective. With the rise of popularity and positive thinking over the years, We also hear a common phrase, toxic positivity. And so I just want to make the point here that that is not what I am suggesting. I am not saying to ignore or stuff down your emotions, your feelings, or to have blind optimism. This is truly about neuroscience. The sage perspective effectively builds resilience. I like to say it like this: resilience is a powerful antidote to resistance, because when you are resilient, you reduce resistance. And with reduced resistance, you increase adaptability. Resistance is reduced when our inner sage is activated. The great news is, just as you would build any other muscle in your body to strengthen it, you can develop your mental muscle for stronger resilience. When change happens, a signal is sent down a pathway, and what's called a neural pathway in our brains. And by default, it will take the path responsible for you being in primal state, that fight, flight, freeze, because it takes the path that's larger and stronger than others due to its higher usage that dates back to our ancestors, really. But don't take my word for it. This can actually be seen in fMRIs. And to break free from our default resistance response, experts all agree that the first step is to intercept and take command of your thoughts. You must consciously notice when you are going down that autopilot path of resistance, and then stop and shift to take the more conscious path of resilience. Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's known for his work with the intersection of neuroscience, quantum physics, and personal transformation, says to break the cycle of our brain's natural stress response to resisting change is the first step is awareness. In positive mental fitness, there are three core mental muscles that are at the root of optimizing or sabotaging us. Just as there are three muscles at the root of building arm strength, for example. When we go to the gym to work out our arms, we would work out our deltoid, bicep, and tricep to strengthen the full arm. When we build our mental muscle for resilience, the mental muscles we work out are first to catch the saboteur, the negative thoughts and emotions created from the resistance. And second, energize the sage region of the brain, which we do through positive mental fitness reps. And then finally, build sage by continuing to shift and stay in a positive state. Each time you become aware of the negative thoughts and choose to intercept them, you shift your biology that makes you feel more open, empowered, and capable. Strengthening these mental muscles does require regular, consistent practice. Each time you do these exercises, over time, seeing the opportunity and possibilities actually becomes your new baseline. And as this pattern of thinking becomes more familiar, you begin to notice faster recovery and adaptability. Just like you wouldn't go to the gym once and expect larger, stronger arm muscles with lasting results, it works the same way for your mental muscles. And guess what? When your resiliency has been developed and is strong, those you are interacting with will unconsciously mirror this resilience due to what's called mirror neurons that we all have in our brains. But it's important to note, though, that this also works the same for resistance. So, what do I mean by that? If your resiliency muscle is not built up and stronger than, let's say, one of your team members that has strong resistance, you're more susceptible to mirroring their resistance rather than them mirroring the resilience from you. But as a leader who has mastered resilience, you are in a much stronger position to lead your team through change with greater ease and flow. Your sage perspective will have a contagion effect that will permeate throughout the team and organization, making it easier for individuals to accept, adapt, and even thrive from one change to the next. And there are things you can start doing right now to make this happen. First, as a leader, speak early and often about the gift and opportunity that you see in the change. I'm not talking about reciting the value statement and a list of benefits, although that is important to talk about early and often as well. But what I'm talking about is from your own personal perspective, looking at the change. What have you seen that will lead to a gift and opportunity with the change? And encourage them to do the same. Second, give your employees permission to be okay with not finding the gift and opportunity right away, and just encourage and inspire them to believe that they will be able to at some point, even if it's that it will provide them the chance to build their resiliency skill. And then third, invite your employees to share their ideas in ways that they are converting the change into a gift and opportunity, to promote creativity and generate unexpected enthusiasm. And then finally, fourth, publicly and enthusiastically celebrate when you see someone that is finding the gift and opportunity in the change. Because when they do this, they are growing their resiliency mental muscle, and they will experience peak performance, better relationships, and improved overall well-being. So I hope you have found this podcast helpful, and that with the next change you lead, you will be able to lead with the sage perspective. May the sage be with you.